Hey guys, just a really quick disclaimer before the episode begins. This episode contains spoilers for Call of Duty Ghosts, the Halo series, and the Snyder Cut Justice League. If you don't want to hear any of these, just skip those parts. So thank you. Enjoy the episode. This episode of Homies Inc. is sponsored by Risk of Rain 2. Only the homies who listen to the Homies Inc. podcast know where the teleporter is. You've been listening to Homies Inc.
You gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes after or what came before.
Welcome to Homies Inc. This is the show by college students who are bored in quarantine, who are, I think, out of quarantine. I'm not sure anymore. I'm Alex.
I'm Bailey.
And I'm the Jesse.
And today we've got a pretty good episode. This is episode 4. We made it past 3. Against all odds, a year later, here we are. How are y'all doing?
They can't talk to us, Alex.
They can't. No,
I'm talking to you, not the audience.
I'm good. I'm feeling fine.
I'm feeling pretty neato burrito.
Hell yeah.
That's good.
I choke up and spit out.
Jesse, you just came home on a flight from New York. Welcome back to San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm back. I'm in my own room. I'm tired, but yeah.
Nice.
Good.
We're glad to have you back.
We're glad you're home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
to start off, we have our trending story of the week. It's been like a month, I'm pretty sure. A little less than a month. But Bailey was very passionate about this topic. The death of Prince Phillip.
Oh.
I don't remember his exact formal title. I think it was Duke of Edinburgh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so
who knows?
Bailey, why don't you say
like
why
king
you're so...
or prince or lord or some shit.
Prince Phillip just died. He
died weeks ago. Duke of Edinburgh.
Yeah, he died like a month ago. I don't even know how he died. I just remember waking up one morning and learning that he died, and I was like, finally.
Oh yeah, I called you.
And no, like disrespect to him. I honestly don't really care who Prince Phillip was, but he looked like a corpse.
No disrespect, you just disrespected him.
He looked like a corpse. All right, he was defying God every breath he took. Jesus. And like he looked like he was already like 80% dead, and it was just like it was in defiance of God that he still drew breath. So I'm glad that he finally is no longer, living, because was he even living at this point? Am I right?
Are you right?
Alex muted himself.
I had to mute
Alex
myself
muted
because
himself.
the mail came in. Yeah, the dogs are going wild.
But I mean, like it's weird. He did look pretty like weird, like dead. Like he looked like a corpse. Legitimately, his eyes were weird, and he's dead.
This podcast is gonna get shut down if we like this.
So what are they gonna do? What are the
British monarchy?
What are the British monarchy gonna do?
Do you know John Mulaney did something to Princess Diana, and we don't know what happened? I don't want John Mulaney stepping at my door.
If Queen Elizabeth comes up to our my door and is like, excuse me, don't talk about Prince Philip, then I'll stop. But until then. Please, so someone get
it was like
Elizabeth
in the dead of night. He's gonna see like the silhouette of like one of those like royal guards in his window.
I remember on TikTok. I was like a day before, right? I was looking on TikTok, scrolling around. There was a trend that was like things that could kill Prince Philip, and it's like a McDonald's Sprite, like SPF 50, and I'm like, okay. And then literally the next day, he's gone. And everyone's like, "Oh no!"
Yeah.
And people were like, "I can't believe you did this right now."
Jesus
and it was
Christ.
and somebody posted one of those on the day, not knowing that it happened. And in his comments, it was like, "Dude, he's going for real." And he was like, and he posted a response, and he was like, "Oh no!"
Top 10 jokes gone too far.
I just don't like he just looked really old,
Yep.
He did, but he lasted a while. He
was like 99.
He was, according to
98.
Google, he was, I think 90. He was 100, almost 100.
What?
99.
Oh, damn.
He in
Damn.
June 10th, he would have been 100, but
Yeah.
he died on April 9th, and so that was 99.
No,
I would like to live
crazy.
till I was 99. If I was 99,
99
I'd be like, that is
on
my
the
time.
If I
9th?
could still do stuff, you know, like if I could still like walk around and like do actual like person things instead of just being like in a wheelchair or confined to like a bed.
Was he in a wheelchair?
I don't know. He seemed like he was able to move around and actually like do stuff.
Mhm.
So that's good. Like I'd rather have
Yeah.
that than be like 99, or like I'd rather live to 99 being able to do stuff than
Yeah.
living to 120 being in like just, you know, not even
Yeah.
able to do anything. Because that's crazy.
That's
You
wild.
guys have fun with that. I'm tall. I'm probably gonna die early.
No, isn't
Jesse,
it?
I'm short. I'm
why
gonna die early.
why would being tall result in your death, Jesse? No one could reach your head. You couldn't be decapitated because no one is tall enough to, you know, reach any vital like head organ.
Maybe, or I'm more likely to like get my head taken off by like a door hinge or something.
Damn.
Oh,
No.
damn. Well, I don't know how to segue into our next thing. Speaking of old people,
Oh.
Bailey and I were watching a video by
JonTron
JonTron, his
the newest one.
biannual video,
Oh God.
and it was talking about items or things for elderly people. And one of the things that he was talking about was this company called Legacy Cane Food.
I don't even
Led
think it's
by
a
this guy
company.
named Joe Bruno. I'm calling it a company because it's a
Okay.
YouTube channel, a lifestyle, whatever you want to call it. And it was using a cane as a self-defense weapon. And this guy was literally like for 20 minutes, his demo was him flinging this like cane around and him speaking like motivational quotes, or he was just mumbling.
No, he was
like
he was
20
teaching.
10
These
minutes.
were teachings, you know.
Bailey
he
and I
gave life
remembered
advice.
his favorite quote was
yeah, he has 2 videos up and he starts both videos with I'll let you say it, Alex.
Okay, I'm gonna butcher the quote. I really hope I don't butcher the quote. It was, the cane symbolizes weakness, but in that deception lies its great strength.
And he's like, and as he says that, he's flipping it around. And
Oh,
he's
no,
doing,
yeah.
it looks cool.
It's like a
looks
nunchuck
cool.
mixed with a bow staff. It's like
Yeah.
super neat.
The only thing
Jesus.
is, I don't know what purpose though. I mean, like you'd probably get whacked if you got close enough to it, but like I don't think it's a pretty like effective means of defending yourself.
Also,
but he does do some other. He also he brings some Puerto
he brings
Rican
some lady from Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
and he does the like move.
He does actual moves. Yeah, like actual moves that seem like something you could
and
defend.
then he goes
yourself
into a
with.
drum solo.
Yeah,
like,
he does a
for 5
drum
minutes.
solo to
like a bongo drum.
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy.
Dude, imagine if like they did an ad where it's like the opposite of like Life Alert. It's like I'll make you fall and you can't get up.
You won't be able to get up.
Like some of the things were like useful. Like there was I forget. I think there was an inflatable something, and then there was like Life Alert and stuff like that in the video, and then just Legacy Cane Fu stuck out, and then it made my day, man. I don't know what it was about Legacy Cane Fu, but I wanted to try it that night.
Cane Fu.
But I had
Is that
no
like
cane.
with like Uguay, he has like his staff, but he's like a
It's like the hook.
It's kind of like that.
It's kind of like
it's
that.
kind of like that. Yeah,
Except he had like a mini bow
it's just
staff.
a letter. It's just a literal cane.
yeah, he's
Like
not
it's just a
turtle.
regular everyday cane.
Yeah.
It's like you could grab a cane and then just start using it and start attacking people. Like that's how what he thought Legacy Cane Fu was gonna be.
It looked cool, you know, but I don't know how effective it would be. That's my only problem, is I don't know how effective it would be to.
It made sense.
Yeah, but
yeah. It's funny,
It's
actually.
crazy,
Quick side note. It was funny. I learned like 2 weeks ago that like one of my teachers I had last semester for freshman year of college was the people had a nickname for him. They literally nicknamed him Master Uguay because he would not only did he actually, when thinking back, I was like, oh my God, he actually kind of looks like Uguay, but he's so wise. he's so nice. He's so like, he's Uguay. He just is Uguay.
But what made him Uguay?
I just said he was wise and he looked like a turtle.
Okay, sorry.
Damn, that's something. That's all you need. You know?
That makes sense. Okay.
Yep.
Talking about next fantastical things. Our favorite games. I was thinking about this. I wanted to do something like our favorite things, so I wanted to do something like movies.
Yeah,
I know
these
I'm off my
segues, they
segue.
work.
game
I mean, I was gonna say that like it was my CIT teacher, so it's like I learned some stuff about like coding, which that goes into like game
Video
Oh.
games.
I should have-
Segue.
I should have let you do the segue, Jesse. I'll let you do the segue next time. Next episode,
Okay.
I'll let you do the segues.
if I have something.
If you have something.
I have.
We can, yeah. So now we have our favorite games. I was thinking we do like something. I wanted to do this like a year ago, where we did like our favorite movies or something like that. Favorite music.
Back when
But,
we were
uh,
regularly uploading.
Yeah,
these.
regularly.
When we
Every
used to-
Saturday, Sunday, we could do that.
We could do that if we tried. Like the year's winding up, so like we can.
Yeah. Dude, if we praise our favorite games enough, maybe we'll get
A little
sponsors.
sponsors. Dude, I
Yo,
doubt-
we should get
I
sponsors.
doubt EA or Respawn or
Dude.
something.
Anchor's
Yeah.
like pushing me to do sponsors. They're like, I see
Nintendo
it
sponsor
on
me.
whenever I open up the
Well,
Anchor
what?
app. They're
How
like,
do you get
do
sponsors?
So like if I open up the Anchor like app right now on my phone, right? So I have it open. It's like cool. We have, if I go to my money, it says finish setting up your account so you can see how much you're earning and cash out. And then you have to record like you do a recording. I could like sponsor for Anchor, right? That's the first one I get, and you get $15 worth. And then I think you can get that like paid to you. And it's like, oh, that's cool. And then you can make money off of it. So it's neat.
Raid Shadow Legends, please sponsor us.
Speaking of Raid Shadow Legends, Bailey, we each wrote down our four
Your
favorite video
game
games.
isn't Raid Shadow Legends, is it?
No, it's
before
not.
this episode. So Bailey will go first. What's your four favorite video games, Bailey?
First of all, I'd like to address what kind of game is Raid Shadow Legends. But
Raid-
never mind that. We don't have to go on about that.
No, I think
Bailey
Raid
added
Shadow
the
Legends is like
characters.
it's like a mobile RPG, or at least that's what I've heard is a mobile RPG.
Yeah, I just never see. I don't know if I've seen gameplay of it. I just saw those ads. But yeah, all right, whatever. So I have to say right now, my four favorite games change. I have to say, like, it kind of changes
Yeah.
what I'm playing. Like, because there's some games that I'll play and I'll be like, damn, this game is amazing. I'm having so much fun. And then I'll play that same game like a year later or a year before even, and just be like, all right, man, this game is whatever. And so I guess it kind of it's in constant flux. And so at least for right now, the top four I'm playing the most of are Risk of Rain 2, Hades, Titanfall 2, and I'm playing The Sims 4. Usually I'm streaming all of these. But yeah, starting with Risk of Rain and Hades are rogue types, which means like it's basically kind of the same game over and over again with like slight differences. You get either different like items or different effects that like change each like run. So like some runs you will be like a literal god and you can just like either out heal any damage you take, or you do like an amazingly large amount of damage, or sometimes you just like get unlucky and can't do shit. But they're both pretty fun. Hades is more story driven, I have to say, and I like that, and I like the Greek mythology theme. And then Titanfall 2 recently, I'm so glad. Like, I don't know, there's been a resurgence in it, and like I've severely enjoyed it. Like, it's so much fun. I've literally played it for only 12 hours since I got it or whatever. On PC at least. I played like way more on console, but I got it on PC recently because it was on sale, and it's so much fun. Like, I'm so glad, and there's so many people playing it still, and it's amazing, and I love it. And then finally, The Sims 4 is it's more of a social game because I usually stream it. And like, we've all created our characters. We have our LA home where we're all trying to do our thing. And
our future LA.
Our future
LA home. This was real.
The only thing is that Sims I have to take breaks from because I'm literally managing like 6 children. Like,
didn't you make like 3 of us fat?
No, see, that's a level of detail I was not prepared for. I just had to make sure,
I helped you out of that.
Yeah, you did. I had to make sure they all went to the bathroom. I had to make sure they all like took a shower. I had to make sure they ate. I had to make sure they did their career stuff.
What happens if they go to the bathroom?
And then
They
I
stop.
realized,
I guess.
And then I just realized, and then I realized Alex was fat. Alex's sib was fat. And then I looked at everyone else and they were gaining weight. And I was like, I have to worry about this?
Yeah, you have to make them work out. Like,
Yes, I had to
Yeah,
make them
you have
work
to
out. I
you have
literally
to eat
put
them.
them
You have to
on.
make them eat healthy. Like I had to
Yeah.
look up the calorie count, and the
We
thing that he
literally
was giving
looked
them was like
God.
500 calories per
because
serving.
I didn't think that actually mattered. I thought it was just different types of food.
Apparently, they can get fat. Like
But
that's
yeah,
just the thing.
they can
how
gain
could you do this
weight.
to us, Bailey?
Oh my god.
Him and Chanel
Me
were
and Chanel were
fine.
fine. Me and Chanel
It was
literally
me,
fine.
Karen,
And
or Cynthia, Karen, and I were
Jesse,
all.
you were fine as well.
Oh yeah, you were chilling. You and Mustafa were cool, but like
Yeah.
the three of us were
Skinny gang.
Yeah, seriously. But
I'm
like
losing
I
weight
was
in the game, but like
yeah, we did lose. They did lose a significant amount of weight because like as soon as they were done doing whatever they needed to do, I was just like, well, you're gonna push it to the limit and work out. And yeah, it was it. I have taken like week-long breaks from that because of just the amount of of management I have to do with these children.
Yep.
it
And
was a
so
lot to handle.
yeah, and so it was it was crazy. And speaking of Chanel, Chanel, to make sure you're listening to these, send me a picture of a hamburger that you drew by hand. All right, Alex, you can go.
Okay. Okay. So for my 4 games, I chose the Batman Arkham series, the Mario Kart series, Injustice series / Super Smash Bros. So I just did fighting games because I couldn't choose.
I feel you.
And then GTA 5. So starting with the Batman Arkham series, when I first got my Xbox 360, which was like freshman year of high school, right? I bought like 3 games at the beginning. I bought Call of Duty Ghosts, I bought Fallout 3, and I bought Batman Arkham Asylum, right? So I finished Call of Duty like the first few days that I got it. I finished Fallout 3 like after a few months. And then Batman Arkham Knight or Arkham Asylum was sitting in my like room for years, and then literally during quarantine I was like, you know what, I'm kind of bored, might as well just pick this up now, and I loved it. And then I bought Arkham City, the Game of the Year edition for the Xbox 360, and I was like, okay, this is really good too. So then I finished that in a few days, and then I got through Arkham Origins within a few days, and then I got to Arkham Knight when I bought my Xbox like One. That was the first game I ever bought, was that and Injustice 2. So then I loved every one of those games. I still play every one of those games like on repeat because they're all super good. And Bailey and I just learned this today. We thought that Batman Arkham Origins, which is like the prequel to Arkham Asylum, was like directly before. So when he captures the Joker at the end, he brought him to Arkham Asylum. But turns out there's a whole
like
timeline.
A 2-year difference or a 2-year whatever.
He was like year two of him being the Batman was Arkham Origins. And then guess how long, Jesse, it was until Arkham Asylum happened?
6.
Year 11.
Oh, yeah.
9 years later, it was Arkham Asylum.
I was close.
You were close. So then moving on from that was the Mario Kart series. I like played Mario Kart since it came out in the Wii, like when I was a child. I don't know about y'all, but I was obsessed with Mario Kart. And it was a lot of fun. I think that's just it. It was just very social. Whenever they had like a middle school dance, we played Super Smash Bros, Brawl, and Mario Kart.
Yeah, they had those
Wii.
like tournaments.
We had those tournaments while everyone else was cranking it on the dance floor. We were stuck in the 8th grade commons playing Super Smash Bros. And Mario Kart. Speaking of Super Smash Bros. And Injustice, all fighting games are really just great assets for social stuff. If like you're bored and you have a friend over and they're bored and you don't know what to do, pull out a fighting game like Injustice 2. Injustice 2 is fantastic. My favorite character right now is the Flash, just because you can knock out anybody within like a solid minute or two, and it's great. Or Super Smash Bros. And you can fit like 8 people in the ultimate, which is fantastic. And then GTA 5. I recently started playing GTA 5 again, like the campaign, and I forgot how satirical it was about like pop culture. Like just watching one like scene the cutscene for the mission for Jay Norris, where you're like going into Life Invader, and it was a whole
Oh
thing.
yeah.
I like did not realize how much it made fun of like capitalist America until I like watched that scene, and it was like Facebook was Life Invader, and their whole thing was Pry,
Yeah.
Predator,
No
and
privacy.
Peak, Pry, and there was one more that I forget that was like it was like Control, but it started with a P, and I was like, whoa, okay. And this guy was like super egotistical, and it was like Mark Zuckerberg, and he was like, our workforce is the youngest in the market
Oh
right
yeah,
now
it's the
at
youngest.
age 14, and they're making us millions of dollars for like $1.50. And I was like, oh, okay, I think we're moving into child labor now.
Sorry,
And then
Zuckerberg.
they had like classic, they were talking about classic Hollywood, and they're like, yeah, so classic Hollywood's dead. All there is superheroes, dramas, and teen romances. And I was like,
Yeah.
that's actually really true. That's sad. And that's really true. Like that came out in 2015, 2013.
Well, I thought it was 2013. I'm pretty sure,
2013,
or
yeah.
2014.
And it's still like relevant today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's my TED Talk on my 4 favorite video games.
Speaking of the satire in GTA 5, you can find a billboard advertising a reality show called I Married My Dad.
What?
So that's just another label. I just remember playing GTA in the summer. My dad was home and we were just like, you know, talking, doing whatever. And then I like stopped and I looked at the billboard and I was like, you see that billboard? And he's like, yep. And we both laughed. But like, yeah. I just remember the reality TV show I Married My Dad.
Fame or Shame is my favorite.
Oh, Fame or Shame. Yeah.
Fame or Shame in that video game is you do a mission, Jesse, where you go in and you like you terrorize this like host because he's basically like he's
Zark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, he's capitalizing on your teenage daughter. I think she's a teenager. I can't tell at this point.
Who knows? I think she's in her 20s or something.
I don't know. She's in that range. She's like Lindsay Lohan, Britney Spears range back in the day. And this guy's like on Fame or Shame, and it's basically like I'm trying to think. It's not Simon Cowell, but he's as famous as Simon Cowell.
Oh yeah, he's like a weird American.
He's a perverted.
Oh no, yeah.
And it's like it's a whole thing, and it's really funny. You get to tattoo whatever you want.
You chase him down in a 8-wheeler.
Oh God! Yeah. And you strap him to a tattoo chair.
Yeah, at one point you tattoo a dick on his back or his chest.
Wherever you want.
Yeah,
you can tattoo it wherever you want, and you cut off his ponytail, and it's like it's so funny.
It's crazy. It's brutal at times.
I love that game. That game is definitely like meant for older people, for older like teenagers to like adults, but like it's just super funny. It's comical.
All right,
Jesse. What are your favorite games?
My first favorite game, Among Us. Okay.
No, my God.
That's kind of sus, Jesse.
Nope.
No.
Are you sure you're not imposter?
Not.
That's kind of sus.
Definitely not. Nah.
Cut the camera.
Nah. Stop rolling.
Yeah, no, stop rolling. I have to go. I can't handle it.
No, my favorite.
What's your favorite
games,
Among Us character?
So thing is with the with like favorite games, because I've been away at RIT, so I haven't been able to play like most of my games for the last like 5.5 months. So so I had to kind of think about like what games really kind of stick with me or like what I kind of revisit a lot. And the first one is probably like the Halo series, like Reach, like Halo 2. Those just have a lot of like the story as well, but the aspect of like the sort of I like stuff in space is the thing.
Like stuff in space.
That's pretty simple.
Yep. Space. Yeah, space is good.
Space is good.
And but also I just like the storyline and the gameplay. Like I'm not really like very big on like shooter games. I think just the fact that this is one where it's like they're like, you know, geared up in like space armor and fighting like aliens and like weird future robots and stuff like that.
Or weird
or like popcorn chicken zombies.
Parasites.
Yep. And and yeah, and also it's funny with like the second game being like the Smash Bros games, which is also kind of a segue because I have given up faith that given up hope that Master Chief will be in Smash Bros now that he is in Fortnite.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
But yeah, I mean, maybe they'll do like a maybe he'll finish the fight and be the last DLC. But no, he's probably not gonna be in it. As cool as that would be, but no, like Smash Bros, we played that like every day at lunch. Whenever we were all free, like junior and senior year. And on the college trip, that was pretty fun.
Oh yeah, that was fun. We all had a room together. Me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Alex,
yeah.
Us and
we
Gabe
had
R.
Yeah,
Gabe
We
Gabe
made the
R.
4-1. We made the 4-1-1 map.
Yeah.
we
Eric,
did.
give me the 411.
Here's the 4-1-1. Yeah.
That was completely blocked out of my
the-
mind.
That should be the
4-1-1.
title of the episode.
Eric,
Here's the 4-1-1.
I'm wearing jeans.
I'm wearing jeans.
Where did that even like? I have no idea how that even started.
That was.
I don't know. Oh,
geez.
because I think I said something about Alex still wearing jeans.
Oh, when I
even though
slept,
we were
Yeah.
gonna
I
go to
sleep in
bed.
jeans.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and so then we were talking about how we needed to go get Erik for something, and then it like transformed to Alex going up to Erik in like the middle of the night, being like, "Erik, here's the 4-1-1. I'm wearing jeans."
God. And yeah, then moments later, I'm just like, you know what? We need a map. What was that? We need a
That's
map
my sister
with-
making ice in the kitchen.
Oh,
Nice.
kind of like a bonk.
She makes a smoothie like super late at night.
Yeah. But no, yeah, Smash Bros. Very fun. We all got to I made a lot of stupid Mii fighters and stupid maps. And it's a lot of fun to just like hang out, play some games and like team up on people and just go full ape brain with the heavies and the tanks. But yeah. And those are the first two. And the third probably be in terms of like replay, like something just kind of has a lot of memory to it and replayability at certain points. The game Outlast.
Spooky.
Yes, very, very spooky. I think that was one of the first like horror games that I played. And yes, very, very, very scary. Has a really good story. And one of the most terrifying experiences of my life. Up there with watching Hereditary in theaters. Outlast is just utterly like horrifying. Playing especially playing at night. That will mess you up. Like it's just like I'm trying to like think of a way to describe it in like not in just these simple terms. Like
it's scary.
It's just a scary game, man. No,
well,
like
you have no means
Is
of
it scary?
defense. Like you run and hide. There's
Exactly.
no way
There's
for
no
you
way to
to
fight
shoot
back in the
somebody.
game.
You can't throw, wicked
can't pick
strong
stuff up.
punches.
It's literally just
hide.
you run, hide, or die is essentially how it works. And that's
everyone
honestly
is
the scariest
crazy.
part. Yeah, the thing is, it's like everyone in the game. I remember when I first played it, I was thinking like when you play through the game and you're being chased by all these like maniacs, and then like you meet like there are a few instances where you meet like seemingly normal people.
Like
you run into the
priest.
doctor. Yeah, you run into the Dr. Traeger, and it's like he looks like a freak, but he talks like the most down to earth person there. Like he's like making jokes, calling you fat, and he's like he just seems like not like a chill dude, but like he doesn't seem as insane as everyone else. And then he takes you to the bathroom and cuts off your fingers. So he's not the most down to earth person after all.
Jesus Lord.
The priest guy.
This game gets nasty. Like it gets real bad. Like
Saw nasty, like that kind of nasty. Or like Mortal Kombat.
Not really. There's one point.
The DLC that's
that gets
one.
crazy.
Yeah. The thing is, it's like the games are very like it is marketed as like a very like literally when I got the game, it took some persuasion to get like my parents to be okay with it because they don't really like those kinds of games, and I feel like I have to like ask just so like they're aware and they don't just walk into the room when they walk in on the finger cutting scene.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
I let them know it's like, yeah,
Damn.
it's very scary, and yeah, they were like, yeah, as long as it's not like the they don't walk in or like I play it while they're there. It's like, no, of course not. Like I'm not gonna like I would never subject my parents to the groom scene in the whistleblower DLC.
Yeah, that one's crazy.
That's
It's
bananas.
it really
I'm
is.
very happy I haven't played this game then. I'm not good with like horror stuff.
Dude, that would be it's just nuts and terrifying. Another note, the fourth game on my list, fourth game probably is like this might seem a little odd to people, but the fourth probably right now is like Forza Horizon 2, just because like that came with the Xbox that I got, and it's just kind of like a fun kind of like racing game. It's kind of, I can play it and just be kind of like relaxed, or I can like really get angry when when someone pulls ahead of me in first, and I'm just like
Yeah.
It's like literally it's like I don't think you guys have ever seen me like get mad at a game before.
Oh, Smash.
I've seen you get mad at
like
Smash.
mad.
No, and
mad.
not like mad.
Oh,
like I'll get
like mad.
No, like I'll get like kind of
Annoyed.
in Smash, like when like if I'm in a game and there's like if I'm getting like bullied off stage, or if I'm getting like stuff like that,
well, that's the part of the game.
Be kind of, it is, but yeah, I'll just be kind of like okay, oh, god damn it, and yeah, like, it's kind of just like all right, it's like all right. But with some games that I've played on my own, maybe 1 a.m. Like I try to maintain control, but there are times where like it just gets to you, man. It really does.
You feel like what's his face in Hercules?
Hades,
where he's just like, whoa, almost lost my cool there.
Yeah, it really is. But no, like Forza 2, very fun. It's on. I'm not like too big on like racing games, but it's pretty fun.
You don't
actually.
like Need for Speed?
No, it's just like it like that's the thing. It's I feel like it's just the stress of the race like can just get to me. That's what like makes me panic. And when it's just kind of regular driving in the game, it's like, oh, this is kind of cool. And like if you are racing
and not fail miserably.
Yeah,
just wait till you start driving in real life, Jesse.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Massive panic.
utter just
I have to chew gum so I don't like grit my teeth and like grind them. It's like, that's just me. I don't know about Bailey, but I get like massive driving anxiety.
Oh, and another thing with Forza 2, I'm very big on like games with like customization features. So being able to like paint your own cars, like every car in the game and like do all that stuff. Like I think I made a car. I think I painted one in like the palette. I'm such a dork. I painted one in like the palette of like Boba Fett, like his armor.
Nice. That's
not
cool,
that's not a dork. That's cool, man.
That's just cool. I think I've seen like a wrap for a like crazy like a Lamborghini, one of those cars that was Mandalorian.
Really?
I don't know if it was Mandalorian or if it was Boba Fett inspired. I don't quite remember, but I was like, whoa, that's so cool.
Yeah. I think there was one I think my starter car was like the same model as like Bumblebee in like the first Transformers movie.
One? Yeah.
And then I have like
doesn't he have the same color palette in every movie? Or
no, I mean like the actual car. I think.
Oh, the Camaro. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like a lot of stuff you can do. There's actually a specific skin you can get for a later on. You can get an actual like designated Bumblebee skin with like the Autobot symbol.
Oh wow!
Oh really? That's sick.
Yeah,
that
was one of them that I got for like the it was like the like modern muscle race or something like that.
Nice.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's like and actually another thing, for like favorite games, like I want to just put out there like just a couple like honorable mentions. Lego Star Wars, classic.
The complete
Absolute,
saga.
absolute classic of my childhood. I haven't played it in a
Amazing.
while, but that holds so many memories.
The Nintendo
And
DS version was like valid.
Yeah, that
Uh-huh.
one was so old, dude. I remember playing that like at like 6 years old, and I had like the very old like brick DS, and just
Yeah.
like and having I had that I had Lego Star Wars, and I had Nintendo Dogs or Nintendogs.
Nintendogs. That
But I
was a
don't
good
think I
game.
played Nintendogs that much, so I probably
Mm.
wasn't a good dog on it. But I played the
Yeah.
crap out of Lego Star Wars.
Yeah. And another honorable mention, Castle Crashers. I don't know if you guys used to
I
used to
play
played
Mass
it like a
Crashers
couple
played it, like,
back in the
times, but
day.
it looked cool.
I
Yeah.
played it like once or twice on the I think on my computer. I got it on
One of-
Steam.
One of these days we gotta get like
All
we
of us
gotta play
together.
like a game. We gotta play because literally like I remember it was a few years, not even a few years ago. It was like maybe in I want to say 7th grade. A friend and I, we played it at his house for like we played it I think from like 3 o'clock in the afternoon to like 11 o'clock at night. Like we just played it straight because it was so it's you just like get so into the game. Like there's just so much like fun aspects to it. Like the gameplay is just so simple, but like it's
It
so much fun.
works.
You can like boost your like magic and like abilities and everything. Kind of like in D&D actually. You like level up.
Nice.
And yeah, and like the soundtrack is it's weirdly good. Like I was really like I went back and listened to it a while back, and I was like, this is the sound this game's soundtrack. How is it like this sounds like a are you
Like
sure? It's too
crit.
good. Like it's too good.
It's too good for the game.
It's like no, it's not even like that, but it's just like you expect the level of quality from some of the songs in the game from like a 2D like sort of
Isn't one of them in Geometry Dash?
it's just the style of the game.
Probably.
You just don't expect the music. And yeah, one of the songs is in
Jumper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn, crazy.
Yep. I played that on the plane, Geometry Dash.
Really? Oh yeah. What did you
Yeah.
listen to Homie Sync on the plane, Jesse? Like you said?
Oh yeah,
I
did
did.
you?
I did.
Nice.
I
Which
listened
one did
to-
you listen to?
The short story one. Well, actually, long
Yeah.
story one.
Did you
but,
listen to episode 3?
Actually, long
I
story
listened
one.
to part of episode 3 because thing is, when I was on the plane and listening to listening to podcasts like that makes me pay attention to the time.
Oh, it
And
doesn't help the time pass.
No,
it makes you more
it does-
aware of how
it
much
does-
time is passing.
No, it does not help like
That hurt.
kind of draw that focus away. Listening to music does.
Oh, okay.
So like
That hurt me.
that was a
Jesse.
bit of it. I did listen to the podcast for a good amount of the flight, and I tried to sleep, but it didn't work. So
It's
yeah,
because you didn't have the hunt in the chapter. The hunt.
Yeah, it's just-
Yep. But no, yeah, it was pretty good. I listened to the podcast. It was kind of weird. Like it's like I lived it, but now I'm reliving it.
It's cool. It's like time travel.
Yeah. It is kind of like you're
it's
like
kind of like time travel.
you're reliving the past.
You want to know what's another form of time
You're
travel?
going back. You're going back, huh?
Memories. Another form of time travel. I read that in
Is
an
it?
article. Yeah, it's like cool. It's like I was thinking about this. You know how like there's this thing that I read about. I don't exactly remember what it's called, but it's like you gain consciousness at the ages from 3 to 5. Like
Mhm.
I distinctly remember the moment I gained consciousness, and like I can picture myself back in that moment and like look around and
I
see
don't.
what's
I don't
like
remember
there.
that. I don't remember that.
I remember I was standing in
I-
the middle of a blacktop like playground in preschool, and my mom gave me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's what I remember. That was the day I remembered. Oh shoot, I'm
Dude,
allergic
yeah,
to peanut
you
butter.
like you
At
are
age
time traveling
3.
when you like think back.
Yeah.
Like, can you
Back to the
imagine, like,
days of old.
back to the like you can I can
Dude.
time travel to the time we took that picture in middle school underneath that giant tree of our infection group in 6th grade.
Bro.
I remember that slightly. I remember just playing. I remember mostly playing.
Someone call the Avengers. We just figured out how time travel works.
Oh my god!
Yo.
I remember playing Mario Kart 8 on my DS, my 3DS a lot, and just being like, "Damn, nice."
Wait, no, actually,
Nice.
imagine if the Avengers were just like, okay, if we think really hard, if we think back really hard, we can.
I saw a meme on TikTok where it was the Avengers trying to figure out time travel, and then it
Mhm.
just cut to the Flash, and it's some guy running down the street, and it's like
Literally,
that's so true. Like the
Mhm.
Flash could just do it without even thinking. Like he could do it on accident, and then the Avengers
Yeah.
had to like work tirelessly to figure. Well,
Yeah.
Tony Stark had to work tirelessly to figure it out, and then
Mhm.
it's like the event, and then just the Flash down the street, gone.
Mhm. On his morning jog.
On his morning, he could literally go for like a cup of coffee and then just get stuck in the medieval times. Like that.
Yeah.
That's how easy it is.
Yep.
For the-
He'll
Could
go
you
back. Yeah,
imagine?
he'll leave. Like Iris West will just be, or is it Iris? What's her name? Iris
Iris
West.
Iris
Is that her
West,
name?
yeah.
Yeah.
Iris West.
She'll just be at the house. He'll be like, all right, I'll be right back. I got grab coffee, and then like he'll run, and then he'll come back, and then it's like an hour earlier, and Iris is still in bed. It's like, whoa, what did I just time travel?
Whoa!
Whoa!
Speaking of the Flash, this Zack Snyder cut had the Flash in it, despite not having Beast Boy in it.
Oh my
You're
god.
upset.
that
You're
is
really
my
upset
big-
about Beast Boy
Well,
not being in this
see,
movie.
I
Haley,
didn't
we're gonna save
realize-
this for another podcast.
No,
Paul,
we're
like, 'cause
talking
you
about
have a
this
whole,
right
like,
now.
I feel like
I thought it was cool that
tangent,
John
so we gotta
Johns
wrap
was in
this
it.
up.
John
gotta
Johns
wrap
was in
this
it,
up.
and that was cool. And I was like, sick.
Alex, you gotta put a disclaimer for spoilers for the Snyder Cut.
Oh,
If they
yeah,
haven't seen
definitely.
it-
If they haven't seen the Snyder Cut by
It's not
now,
my problem.
Not everyone has HBO Max. Alex.
I'm putting a
I have
disclaimer.
to leech off of Disney Plus and HBO Max from YouTube.
Whoa! Jesse,
This is recorded.
this is
That's a
recorded
recorded
evidence. Do you want
confession.
this to be sent to the FIB?
The FIB. I like how you called it the GTA version of the FBI. The FIB. Do you want Agent Dave?
Agent
What's his
Dave
last name?
North.
Norton?
I think it's Norton. Dave Norton.
Yeah.
I literally just played this last night and it mentioned his name. I think it's Dave Norton.
Yeah.
Norton, Novinsky. I don't know. One of them.
Yeah, though. But I mean, what I'm excited for DC wise is if they do some Teen Titans stuff, because I like the Teen Titans. You know, Beast Boy is pretty dope. I like him. You know. Yeah, I just remembered because you said the Flash, and I was like, oh, the Flash, Justice League, Beast Boy wasn't in
Titans.
Justice League.
Beast Boy joins the Justice League.
I have a
He
problem
should.
with the Flash, how he
Man.
runs in Snyder Cut.
Well,
He runs
isn't-
like he's ice
not,
skating.
Yeah, but because he's not.
He does
he's not
varying competitive
ready
ice skating
yet.
now.
I'm
Yeah,
just
he does.
upset.
Well,
Yeah,
Alex,
like-
when he
he's
learns
like,
to
I
be a
do
real speedster,
competitive
he'll
ice
be
dancing.
fine.
Okay, because the Flash on the CW shows, despite the CW shows not being as good as they could be, he runs normally. And like no hate on Ezra Miller. Like Ezra's a cool person. But
his
like the
style.
way that Ezra runs is just I don't know if I can forgive Ezra.
I love how you guys like lead into disrespect. It's like no disrespect on Prince Phillip, but he kind
But
of looks.
he
looks
looks like a
dead.
corpse.
And then like no disrespect to Ezra Miller. He's a cool
But he
guy,
looks
but
like
he
a
runs
clown.
like he's dead. It's like guys.
who would you guys cast for Beast Boy?
The guy who's playing him in Titans.
Tom Holland. No.
No, you
Nope.
don't.
The guy that plays him
No.
in Titans is cool.
Titans.
Yeah, Bailey, we all know you have a rivalry over Tom Holland for Chanel.
What's Titans?
Titans is the show. It's like Teen Titans.
It's like Attack
But,
on
like-
Titan, both kids.
But, okay,
Actually,
so
no,
like
that is
there's
Attack on
Teen
Titan.
Titans, and then there's the comic series Titans, which is like Teen
Uh-huh.
Titans, but it has other characters like
But it's not all teens.
I just
They're-
think
they're
the
like
voice,
adults.
'cause,
except for like
I'm
Raven.
I'm so like attached to the voice of Beast Boy, like in the original
Teen
in
Titans
the
show.
original Teen Titans like show. I'm so
Mhm.
used to that voice that if they don't cast that guy as the live action, then it's not going to be the same to me, and I'm going to be like, oh god, you know.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, I'm excited for Beast Boy to hit the MCU. in
What?
in whatever the phase 5.
Snyderverse?
Phase 5.
Yeah,
when
phase
they
Crossover.
introduce the
Phase 4.
X-Men, they'll introduce the DC universe
Beast
and they'll do the
Boy.
amalgam. They did an
Hmm.
amalgam like mixed universe that was cool. And the Flash
I never
fought
really-
like Quicksilver, and Spider-Man fought like the Joker, and it was like a whole thing.
The
It was kind of
Joker.
cool. Superman wielded Mjolnir, and that was pretty neat.
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
That's weird.
That's cool. I mean, it makes sense because it's like Superman. You know, he's worthy.
Yeah, is he though? Because he turns evil if he loses Lois Lane, and that's
Oh,
not
that's true.
a worthy thing.
When he loses, yeah.
Lois.
I was about to say Amber Heard, but no, it's Amy Adams.
Luis.
Actually, speaking of Amber Heard, there's a theory that Steppenwolf was actually the good guy as he attacks Amber Heard. Who deserves it.
Really? He's doing God's work.
He's doing
You're really
God's
mad
work.
at Amber Heard. Like it's
Well, that's a whole Johnny Depp thing. You know what I'm saying?
well, that's saved for another episode.
Yeah, we'll say that. We don't need to
But
go
like,
on
just know for now, Bailey's upset at Amber Heard.
Yep.
If you don't know what we're talking about, look it up on Google or pay attention.
that. Look
to
it up
Tell
on
Me Zing.
Google.
Well, listen for the next.
Actually,
Zing
listen to the next
Google it.
Homies Inc. where we go in depth on why we don't
on
like
why
Amber Heard.
Amber
Oh,
Heard
man.
should not be cast in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Going back to video games, our most anticipated video game.
Oh yeah, what's our most anticipated? Well,
Derailed that so hard.
I know.
Titanfall. Well, no, it was damn it, I can't think of any funny segues. DC. Oh, DC. Is a superhero comic thing like Marvel. Marvel Avengers for the PlayStation 4. Most anticipated video games. There we go. We brought a full circle.
You could have said like you're excited, yeah, or like
Oh, I'm excited for Beast Boy joining the MCU, but you know what else I'm excited for?
yeah.
Titanfall 3 when they finally fucking decide to say we're making it, which might not happen for at least
Oh yeah,
2 years.
I'm waiting on Call of Duty Ghosts 2.
They left it on a cliffhanger.
They did,
left
and I'm
Ghosts
upset.
on the cliffhanger, and I mean, like people like clowned on that
I have
game.
no clue what they're talking about.
So Jesse, at the end of the end of
Basically-
Call of Duty Ghosts, he like captures
The
this
main
guy-
antagonist
like,
who you thought was dead. So basically, they were on a train. They blew up the train. The train goes into the ocean because it was on the coast. And you and your brother are going to kill the main antagonist. And so you do. And so your brother passes out. And so you carry your brother out of the water onto the beach. And then like they chill there. And then the credits roll. And then at the end of the credits, the main antagonist who survived a revolver shot to the chest picked like just I guess your guy is so tired that he can't fight back. But he just basically drags your character off, and it's like, oh damn, and that's it. That's where it ends. So we don't. They left it on a cliffhanger. So
Damn.
yeah. So I mean, I would like to see what they do with it, even if it's bad. But Titanfall 3, I need it. I want more Titans. I want more story. BT7274 is still alive. You know, they
He's-
could do so
Oh,
much.
He could.
And if
never
they
know.
do a Sims 5, there'll be even more detail for me to pull my hair out as the virtual
Sim-
us's decide
Sims?
to
Sims 5.
Sims. Oh my
Okay.
god, Jesse.
Someone in class in like my drawing for animation class was like like Sim City, and I'm like Simps.
Sims. Yeah, you can upload to your Simpstagram. Do you not remember that? You
Yeah.
can do it in the game
Simpstagram.
to keep your fame up because I have the fame.
Simstagram.
Yes, Simpstagram. Jesse, you don't have a Simpstagram page?
I can't say I do.
I can't say.
Are you
Yeah,
sure
no.
you don't have a Simstagram page? You have an Insta,
We
right?
can make one for you.
We'll make a Simstagram page.
Simsta.
We'll make a Simpstagram.
Do you not know what
Sims.
Sims is? It's basically Tinder, but like for the Sims. It's
Yeah,
Sims.
it's
Simter.
Simstagram.
Simter.
not
Simstagram.
Sims.
I call it
Simter.
Simstagram
Yeah, because it sounds funny.
because it
you know?
sounds cooler.
Yeah.
I don't know about cooler, but it sounds pretty funny.
It's yeah, it's comedic genius.
It's perfect.
More
Titanfall
modern.
3, that's what I want, at least, because like right now we're kind of in a lull for video games. There's not a lot coming
Yeah.
out. I mean, there's Halo Infinite that's gonna come out, but like
There's not a lot of
Yes,
anything coming
wait.
out right now.
Wait.
Halo Infinite, I'm not excited for it. Like it just kind of seems whatever.
So there is actually something I am kind of excited for. I'm gonna disclaimer here, there is something that might be considered a spoiler. So like,
Well, if they're listening to this, they probably like already saw it.
I'll put a
no, it's like
disclaimer at the beginning.
no, it's not even something that's like widely known. So put a disclaimer.
Oh,
at the
so you
beginning,
have an
Alex.
insider at 343
I'll put a disclaimer at the beginning.
Industries.
So I mean, like, it's
I'm gonna have to write
basically I
down
was
a lot
looking
of
at
stuff for a disclaimer.
yeah. Basically, I had seen like what was it? It was like the what are they called? The like Mega Bloks, like Halo stuff.
Megablocks?
Playmobil.
Legos.
The Playmobil, Alex. That's an
Halo Megablocks.
Playmobil.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that
Playmobil.
I remember seeing recently. There was like a picture. It was like for like one of those like new sets, and it had like like a cyan like figure, and I'm like, oh, like there's like that's like a bright color. Let me zoom in on that, and it's what's his name, Fred from Blue Team in like Halo 5. They have like Master Chief with like the blue team, and I'm like, oh cool, it's Fred. And then I was like, wait, he's wearing like, he has the same kind of armor design similar to like Master Chief. And he's in a set with like the guy who was in the trailer for the game.
So red versus blue team for Halo Infinite?
Blue team is getting their Halo Legends armor. So that's pretty cool. It's so like those are like the best, basically. Yeah.
Nice.
So like, yeah, there will be blue team. And I mean, I'm not like the biggest fan of them because I don't read the books, and it's stupid that the game expects you to read the books.
Read the books.
But like, it was just kind of cool that I saw. I was like, oh, they're actually gonna have blue team in like their classic armor. And and honestly, I'm just so worried about this game. Like, I want it to be good, and I'm so worried that it's not gonna be, because like they're cramming a lot into it. Like they have like, yeah, because they're bringing in the Banished, which is like the faction of the Covenant that like split off. They're basically kind of like a
Regret died. Prophet Regret.
No, not when Regret died. It was earlier than that, actually. It's like, basically the Banished are a group of the Covenant that left the Covenant under the leadership of a brute named Atriox, and he basically formed an army that could compete with the Covenant.
What are there like elites, or is it like,
yes, there are elites.
Okay,
it's basically it's led by brutes, but there are elites,
grunts,
jackals, and hunters. Nice. So, but they all have like different armor. So it's like their armor is like,
oh really,
like gray, cool. white, red is like their palette basically. So yeah, they do have some cool stuff. But the thing is, they were introduced in Halo Wars 2, and not
really?
Yes. And not everyone has played that. So it seems kind of odd that they're gonna be in Infinite, because not everyone knows who they are.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that there's some light shed on that. But if there's not, then
why bring in something from Halo Wars? Like, what?
Because we can.
Know. It's like, I don't really understand why they do that, because yeah, it's like, if they expect us to believe like, oh, we need to stop this threat, they've been around for, it's like for people who only play like the main games, it's like, we need to stop the Banish, this incredible threat, and then the average player is going to be like, who?
Yeah. Well, maybe they could do a good job of being like, oh yeah, these people, like a good job of introducing
because the thing is, in Halo Wars 2, they established like their origins and everything. So to do it again, like, I don't know. It just seems kind of weird. Like, it's kind of Marvel-y, like a cinematic universe where it's like you have to know like everything, but yeah, it's kind of weird. That's like the biggest problem I've had. It's like they expect you to have all this outside knowledge of the main games, whereas in like 1, 2, and 3, like you could just play those and know everything you need to know.
Damn.
Also, I know this is kind of a hot take, but like another thing I'm a little worried about with the game is like the well, it's kind of related to the Banished, but just like the story. I'm really worried about the story.
Wait, yeah, what is the story even going to be? Because
they haven't released like they've
Any
released
sort of-
0 to nothing on the story.
Yeah,
because
people complained about it. Like they
they're
released
keeping it,
that
like,
gameplay, right? And
because
then
thing
people
is-
were like, the graphics aren't as good.
Because thing is, they like yeah, that's true. People talk about that a lot, but like they haven't released anything official, and I feel like that thing with like Fred's like Halo Legends armor wasn't supposed to leak, so they're things very like hush hush. They don't want everyone to know about certain stuff. Which thing is that means one of two things. One, they want to save everything for the actual experience and then blow everything out of the water with like blow expectations like completely out of the way, or they still have like they're not confident that like what they have is enough to surprise people. So that's going to be very troublesome.
I also have a question, Jesse.
Yeah. Yes.
What is the Halo story as of now? Because I've only played up to Halo 4. So and I know in Halo 4, Cortana stays behind again, much like in Halo 2, and is like, you gotta get out of here, Chief. And he's like, damn, I don't want to, but I have to, I guess. And then I played the like first 4 minutes of Halo 5, and it was like the
Halo 5 is weird.
Yeah, there's the two Spartan groups, one with Master Chief and one with the other people.
It's Master Chief and his friends from the books, and then it's the team made up of
friends
characters
from the books that we don't know. Yes,
literally it's Master Chief and his friends from the books, and then the other Spartans who are from the books and other games and shows, and like a show or something like that.
Yeah, and so like I know Master Chief is like, hey guys, let's go get Cortana, and then they're like, wait, you can't just go do that, and he's like, well, watch me, and then they sent the book boys
it's
to
like,
be like,
basically,
hey, stop that.
It's like, Master Chief and Blue Team, who have never been mentioned before in any of the games prior to this, are off on a quest to go find Cortana, and then
they send someone to go get him back.
Is like the other team who are like going after them, and then like there's just bad exposition in this game. Like they basically establish in like one of the early levels, like in just passing dialogue, like Fred says to Chief, he's like about the Covenant, he's like, oh, I guess the Covenant, they're kind of scattered. I guess their war with the Arbiter isn't going well. And I'm like, what?
Oh, war with the Arbiter?
I'm literally yes. Apparently in the game, the Arbiter has like honestly, I like the Arbiter's kind of like whole thing where he has like a whole faction that he calls the Swords of Sanghelios. Like that just
that's
sounds
so cool. I want to hear more of that.
And it's he's basically like fighting against a faction of the Covenant that don't really want to follow him. And they're led by a guy that you kill in the first level, so I don't know what they're doing with that.
Oh yeah, the leader dies at the first level. They kill
and so basically it's just it's just such a weirdly put, like the game would have been so much better if you just followed Chief like the entire time and Blue Team. If Osiris was just kind of like a group that you fought like maybe a few times in like the games, they just become kind of like a reoccurring thing, and then maybe the Chief is like, oh, we need to like get through this one part of the system, but it's currently being like blockaded. It's like, by who? The Swords of Sanghelios. It's like, oh, so we can team up with the Arbiter. But no, the Master Chief and the Arbiter do not share a single line of dialogue with each other.
Even though they were like friends in Halo 3, like,
even though they were basically like the only like ones that each other had in Halo 3 to like fight stuff.
Literally like the Arbiter mourns Master Chief when the Colonel whatever guy was like, I can't believe he's really gone. And then the Arbiter like looks away into the sunset and is like, were it so easy? And then he's just like, all right, see ya. And then he like leaves.
Because I remember in they put like a teaser thing for Halo 2, or for Halo 5 in Halo 2. It's like the opening cutscene.
They did in the anniversary edition. That's true.
Yeah, and he doesn't have like the weird Halo 4 in that one, but he basically says that there was a time he called him demon, and then he grew to call him comrade and even friend, and it's like
I was like, sick.
Yeah, I also love that, like in that cutscene when he says that, he's like, the events which formed the Spawn were complicated, and then it cuts to the cutscenes for Halo 2. So you could basically say the Halo 2 anniversary is just the Arbiter, telling
the entire story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex, what's the timestamp right now? How long have we been going?
Yeah.
I don't know. My dog's going wild. But
like,
dogs are going wild.
That's why I've been on mute, is because people were running into the kitchen.
Oh, you were on mute? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I've been on mute this entire time.
Wait, this just in. Why are the dogs going wild?
I don't know. They're on crack or something. I don't know.
You've been giving your dogs crack, Alex.
No, I'm a good dog. PETA, please don't take away my dogs. I give them food.
PETA's disgusting.
I give my food. I give them food
Alex,
every once in a while.
It's like that. It's like that meme where the guy at the pool just pans around. He just goes,
he's like,
I put crack in my hot dogs. You really put crack in your dogs. Actually, you gave them that.
They're like, whenever something's like walking outside,
they just go mad.
Even if there's like nothing outside, they just go nuts and they start barking like just to get attention. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I have my I have no door in my room. I have a gate.
Yep, recording in progress.
Like,
we're on
Alex,
air.
you're gonna have to like title this like off-topic podcast #1 or something like that.
I shoot. We called it Eric. Here's the 411.
Yeah, here. That's perfect because
I'm gonna do it.
Here's
like
the 411.
Eric,
we go off topic.
Here's the 411. Our favorite video games, or no, we go off topic. I like that. We go. I was gonna do our favorite video games.
But wait, how long have we been going?
I think we've been going for a solid hour.
Yeah.
Really? Check it right now.
I can't check it. I don't know how.
What kind of production? Oh, okay.
Just look at the time.
What kind of production?
Would you like to pick it up with Zoom? Would you like to call Zoom headquarters
at
10:20 in the night?
At night.
To say, how do we check our timestamp on the record? I can look it up, but that's going to take another part of our time.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
We
should probably wrap it up.
Don't strain yourself.
We should wrap it up.
Of Zoom recording.
Yeah, we kind of went on a couple of tangents there, but honestly, that's more fun.
Yeah, it is. It's a personal.
I can add a timestamp, but that'll be for later recording.
Everyone listening to this is probably just like, these guys.
They probably clocked out at this point.
They probably clocked out. They probably clocked out when I said Mega Bloks Halo.
No, you know what? They probably clocked out when we said Legacy Kung Fu. Legacy Kane.
Legacy Kane.
I think they clocked out that early.
No. We got
after Prince Phillip's death.
I think all our British listeners were like, "Oh, this mate's making fun of bloody Prince Phillip."
We have them in Germany and in Singapore. And in the United
Do we have
States.
any English?
Then
good. Then all the people listening will be like, "Damn, we don't like the British."
I've never seen The Crown. I've never seen The Crown. But John Mulaney, I'm pretty sure, did
That's
something.
Pretty cringe, isn't it?
I'm pretty cringe in it.
It's pretty cringe, isn't it?
Pretty cringe.
These guys are making fun of the king, the prince.
Yeah, the prince. Pretty cringe.
On the note of that, we're gonna end our podcast after talking about Prince Phillip and making fun of
This is a pretty
British
short
accents.
podcast, isn't it?
Pretty short podcast.
Pretty shite podcast, isn't it?
Hey, hand me that water bottle.
These guys don't know what they're talking about.
Just a fish and chips.
Fish and chips.
Worcestershire fish and chips.
I like fish and chips.
We've made fun of the British enough in this podcast.
Oh my God. Hey man,
I am right now calling it. We're never gonna get picked up by Netflix because they're making The Crown.
Yeah, we're never getting
the Crown.
We're never getting an official sponsor like
we're
this.
never getting an official sponsor. At least we're better than the other Homies Inc. podcast. I was listening to the other Homies Inc. podcast on YouTube.
Throwing shade already.
They were calling people the N-word on the
damn.
regular.
They
on
are
the
never
regular.
getting sponsored by Rachel.
They were like, we got the beep here, we got the beep here, and I was like, dang. On the air.
Damn.
Well,
on that note,
on that high
the
note,
other Homies Inc. podcast, we're the better one.
Yeah,
this is the drama.
We vowed never to
now.
say the N-word on.
We're saying that this is the
camera.
drama right now.
Yep.
We are the best.
You guys would never say that in front of me.
They
never say the N-word in front of me.
They made their last episode 10 months ago, so we're still in the run.
Oh, so we're still going. They ended years ago.
We won.
There's only one Homies Inc. podcast now, and it's us.
That's us. So on that
and we
note,
don't say the N-word.
You can
Nope.
listen to this Homie Zine podcast on Spotify, Overcast, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you find your SoundCloud. I'm pretty sure you can listen to it wherever you can find mediocre content
Mediocre.
and podcasts. We also have a Twitter at Homies Inc. Cast, and we have a YouTube channel now where you can find all our previous podcasts if you don't like using Spotify. Or if you just want to have a cool visual to look at. I made this cool like vaporwave thing in
That's pretty nice.
After Effects. Thank you. You can find our website on Anchor for some reason. I think it works. I'm not too sure.
Anchor.
Bailey
Anchor
has a
Man?
nice little tidbit to lead us
Oh.
out. And
God.
while that's playing,
Oh, no,
we'll see you
he's-
next week.
He's cackling.
Don't leave me, go to Joe. Go to Joe.
Marines.